Hi, uh, this is my first video. I've decided to make it today. Um, I've never done something like this before. I've just decided to do it because I think it's time. Um, I'm kind of lonely if I'm honest. I'm 52 years old. I'm single, and unfortunately, I suffer from an anxiety disorder. So I haven't been working since 2005, and I also suffer from depression. And so I don't always feel so great, and I've been lonely for quite a long time, and I guess this video is like an attempt to try and change things for myself. Um, I'd like to hear from other people who perhaps suffer from an anxiety disorder, depression, or something like that. I'm also a little bit overweight. You could probably tell because, well, my face isn't that fat really. Actually, just wait a moment. I'm gonna switch the light on. It's a bit dark. As you can probably tell behind me, I've got my drum kit. You can probably see all my videotapes stacked up at the back. Um, I'm quite a fan of videotapes. It seems obsessive, I know, but it's mainly because I don't subscribe to the BBC anymore. Because here in London, we have to pay to watch TV, and it's quite expensive. So um, back in 2013, I decided to stop subscribing, and ever since then, well, I've just been watching my old tapes every now and then. And that's what I do of the evening anyway. I don't watch them during the day, obviously. And as I said, yeah, today is just like the first day of trying to, I don't know, like reach out to other people um, here in the UK or anywhere really. And as I said, just to give you a little background about who I am. So my name's Trevor. My online name is Big Bread. That's because I like eating food, basically. I mean, who doesn't? You know. And yeah, so I love my food, and I also like music as well. Um, I used to play in a band about 10 years ago. Um, it was like a reggae band. Although I'm not really into reggae. I like big band jazz and sort of 1970s rock music and stuff like that. That kind of stuff. And but it didn't really go anywhere. So, um, but anyway, it was a bit of experience for me to actually um, play drums with people rather than just doing drum covers. I took my hat off because I felt a bit uncomfortable. As you can see, I've got my towel around my neck, but I'll take that off as well because I think I think that's a bit better to take it on. Let me try and arrange this camera so it's uh, yeah. I think that's probably better. Yeah. So yeah. So this is me. My name's Trevor. I'm 52 years old. I'll be 53 next month on the 26th of February. And as I said, like I'm single. Um, excuse me. And I haven't been working for since 2005. I used to be a traffic warden, and I lost my job. I lost that job, and so I haven't been working since then. Um, the main reason really is because as I said, like I suffer from anxiety. I've had a anxiety disorder since I was a child, and you know, if you've got any experience of that, you'll know what it's like to be in a state of anxiety for every day, basically from morning till night. even when I go to bed, I feel nervous and sort of on edge and stuff, you know. And I think that has made me also prone to depression, which I suffer from quite a lot as well. Um, I've got a bit low self-esteem. Um, that's another problem that I've had for most of my life. You know, just I don't know, just doubting myself all the time, thinking that I don't look right, or you know, my voice. I mean, because I've always had an issue with the sound of my voice, and you know, and so these are some of the things that have bothered me um, for most of my life, and yeah, and to be honest, I mean, another thing, or as I said, like you know, this is just like I've never done something like this before, and I just feel like it's time for me to reach out because you know, I've kind of shut myself off. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got friends, I've got family, I've got siblings, and so on. But I just, you know, I've shut myself off, and I just feel like it's time for me to. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this isn't the best way to reach out to people, but you know, I'm just tired, basically, of you know, just being on my own, basically, and one of the things I'm hoping, or I'd like to um, have is a girlfriend. I'd love to be in a relationship again with someone. Um, I like I like big women. I like fat women. You know, I'm gonna be straight. You know what I mean? I like to talk straight. So you know, rather than saying big or super size, I like overweight women. Um, I've always been attracted to big women, and I don't feel ashamed about it. Most of the relationships I've had have been with big women. Some have been really big. I suppose what you call super size. Some have been, you know, sort of, I don't know, um, normal fat, or if that's the right phrase, I don't know. And yeah, and so I'd like to, I'd like to find a new girlfriend. You know, if possible, a really big woman. Um, you know, because I haven't got an issue. I mean, I haven't got an issue with someone being really big. You know, as long as she um, finds me attractive, obviously, and and she likes my personality and so on, and that she's ultimately faithful. Because I think you know that's the main thing. I think you know looks ain't really that important. You know, I mean, obviously that's part of the whole thing when two people see each other and then it ends up in a relationship. Obviously, there's got to be something about um, well, from the male perspective, obviously there's an attraction to to the to the woman, whoever she may be, um, and then obviously after that, you begin to see the person inside, you know, and I think that if when a man meets a woman and he finds her attractive on the outside, but then also with the passing of time, um, he finds that she's even nicer, let's say, on the inside, then it's like, you know, in my eyes, you know, that's the basis for a perfect relationship, really. And obviously, the main thing after is to for both people to be faithful to one another, and you know, and I'd like the chance to show a woman um, that I can be faithful, you know, and I hope I'm not rambling on and you know getting bored or anything, you know, because again, you know, I've never done this before, and it's all random. I haven't got a script, as you can probably see. I've no script. It's all from the heart, you know, and I'm surprised actually. I feel a little bit self-conscious. I mean, I always feel self-conscious, but I thought before, whilst I was setting the camera up, and I was worrying because another thing that a problem that I have is I suffer from essential tremors, which you know, as you could probably understand, it's like you're like, okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, like my hands, but when I feel really stressed, for some reason, my body begins to shake, and sometimes my head will be nodding really badly, and and obviously it's not nice when that happens, but you know, it's it's almost impossible to stop it. So I've been dealing with a lot of these sort of things, and I just you know I don't think it's ever going to change. I mean, as I said, I'm 52. I'm probably going to have these problems for the rest of my life, and if that's the case, then I'd like to you know um, face that with someone to love, basically, so that I'm not just here on my own all the time, just me and my old tapes and my drum kit. Um, After a while, it just gets boring, and I really wish that I could find someone that um, to spend some time with, to go out together. I mean, I like to, so occasionally I'll go out to the park, um, mainly on my own because, as I said, although I know people, I've got friends, but I don't really. I mean, years ago I used to go um, and visit friends and stuff like that, but I haven't done that for a long time. I've kind of stopped doing that now, and basically I just feel so lonely, really, really lonely, and I'm not sure what kind of reaction I'll get from this, if any. But you know, um, I don't know what more to say really. And I mean, it's what time is it? It's 11:45. I've been awake since 10 to 5 this morning. I laid in bed as usual for a while, and then I decided to get up and have a bath or shower, as you probably. I mean, if you're watching in America, you probably say shower, but I say bath. So I got up, had a bath, and had a shave, so I'm a little bit smooth on my face. I Last year actually I grew a moustache, um, and I let it grow quite thick actually, and I left it there for a couple of months. But then one morning I woke up and I thought to myself, I'm bored of having a moustache, so I just shaved it off, and now it's back to normal again. As you can see, I'm wearing glasses. These are reading glasses actually, but I've got into the habit of just wearing them, keeping them on. Um, I guess it's partly because it's a kind of, I don't know, new image for me because um, I I never used to wear glasses really, but as I've got older, um, my eyesight I started to notice that words were getting blurred. So I think that's the first sign of. And actually, when I went to the optician, and he told me that this is completely natural, that not for everyone, obviously, but for some people, as they get older, their eyesight starts to deteriorate, and so that's what's happened to me. And actually, tomorrow I've got an appointment to see the optician because I need to get some new glasses, which will be good. And so yeah, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'm a little bit nervous about it, because again, this is the problem with anxiety, is that doing everyday simple things like going to the shop, even going to see my GP, um, you know, I feel, really nervous and self-conscious. That's the other thing. I'm very self-conscious, and I think it's because I'm just naturally shy. I've never really been a confident person. I've always doubted myself for as long as I can remember, and I think that's why I haven't really achieved much. Um, you know, ever since I left school all those years ago. Um, and I'm not sure if I ever will, you know, become somebody, like a manager or I don't know, whatever. I'm not that ambitious really. I mean, I'd like to work. I mean, something I've always wanted to do is to be a postman. I mean, I haven't got high ambitions to be like a bank manager or anything, something like that. I'd be quite happy just putting my sack on my shoulder and getting out there and delivering the mail and post and stuff to people. I mean, coming back here, um, and it would be even better again, like if I had someone to come back to, um, you know, um, rather than just coming back to um, you know my flat and or my apartment and it's just me, you know, just me and my neighbour below who, bless her, she really um, tests my patience a lot. But then again, my drum kit behind me, as you can probably see, when I get on there and I have a bash, um, thankfully she's put up with me for ever since I've been living here, which is this is the 19th year actually. I moved in here in late 2001, so this is the 19th year. I don't really, if I'm honest, I don't really like living here. It's not ideal. Um, there's not enough space, for example, um, and I've had a lot of problems living here over the past 19 years, and that has also exacerbated the depression that I've been dealing with as well. So, but I suppose it could be worse, So, because a friend of mine actually, I spoke to him on the phone last a couple of weeks, no, yeah, last year, let's say, late last year. One of the things that he said to me was to try, because he knows about my problem with depression. So he said to me, or suggested that I try to look on the bright side from time to time, um, which, and I agree with him, but if you've ever suffered from depression, you'll know that it's not easy to always look on the bright side. You know, it takes a lot of effort, brain power, whatever, to really focus your mind on the positive rather than the negative. But I think he's right. And I think if I'm ever gonna get myself back together, let's say, then I really need to try to start looking on the bright side. So you know, but you know, we'll see, we'll see. Um, and anyway, just to give you a bit more info about me and my life. So as I said, I'm not working at the moment, but one thing I am doing is I've been attending a group for people who um, have got problems with their weight, which I have, and who are also borderline diabetic, which I am as well. And so I've been going there. I'll be going there on Wednesday afternoon. It's for 2 hours, I think, 2 hours, and it's just basically a group of people with, as I said, like people like myself who are a little bit overweight or are close to being diabetic. And of course, you have the ability, I can't remember the word, but the expert, let's say, the expert in inverted commas, and he or she, I mean, last week was a he, just basically stands in front of us and explains to us what we need to do to get ourselves healthy again and how to lose weight and so on. And so, yeah, on Wednesday it will be the third group that I've attended. And I guess I'm kind of looking forward to it. I was a bit, again, I was nervous at first because whenever I have to go out, or especially when I have to do something where I've never been there before, I don't know who's going to be there and so on. I always find it really daunting because I'm incredibly shy, and again, my nerves and stuff just make it really hard for me to relax, you know. So, but you know, I didn't let that put me off, and so I went, and I'm intending to go if all goes well on Wednesday. And yeah, so I got an appointment to see the optician on tomorrow actually, yeah, tomorrow, and then I got the diabetic stroke diet group on Wednesday, so that'll get me out of the house, let's say, for a little while, for the next 2 days, and apart from that, I haven't really got any plans at the moment. I'm not sure. Well, I was going to say I'm not sure if I'll make another video. I probably will. I'm a bit nervous, if I'm honest, about putting this out live because I'm not sure what kind of reaction it's going to get. I mean, I've never done this before. I was intending to sort of start a group where it would be specifically for people like myself, not just men but women as well. But also, again, I mean, I don't know, maybe maybe it won't happen, but I was also hoping that, somehow I could, or a, a single woman, a big lady, really big if possible, would watch this and find me attractive. I mean, this is me. Um, actually, I'll stand up so you can see a bit more. And, let me take this off. So, yeah, this is me. As you can probably see, my tummy's a bit big, and the camera is let me change this. Maybe that's a bit better. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Yeah. So I'll stand up now, and so yeah, this is me, and do a little 12 for you. I tell you, I'm really amazed that I'm doing this because this is something I've never done before. I mean, since 2006, I used to do what you call drum covers, like just basically playing my drums along to some music. But because I haven't got a record player anymore, I haven't done it for a while. And also, the webcam that I used at the time stopped working, so I brought a new one, the one that I'm using now, a couple of months ago. So, but it's not very good. I've done a few drum covers with it, and the sound is a bit tinny. Um, I like it. I prefer it when it's clear and stuff. But you know, I'm just gonna keep using it for the moment. And yeah, so this is my apartment, as you can see. My drum kit behind me. Actually, I'll get on it and do a little thing. I'm gonna do a song called Celebration. Just bear with me while I get it all ready. This is a tune called Celebration. What you can hear now is what I did last night, a drum cover of some music. And I'm going to do another drum cover now of the song, of a tune called Celebration It was recorded in 1970 by the Buddy Rich Big Band, and I'm a big fan of Buddy Rich. He's really inspired me to play drums. I absolutely love just about everything that he did during his career, and he's had a huge influence on what I do on the drums. I'm not as good as him, but I try, you know. So I'm gonna do a drum cover. I'm just gonna load the music up now, and I'm gonna play it for you, and I hope you like it. Okay. Music's coming. Hopefully. Right, here we go. Here we go. This is called Celebration, man. That's it, folks. I decided to limit it to two. Let me get the camera right. Limit it to two covers because I don't want to risk annoying my neighbours below or my neighbour below, and so I just decided to do just two covers. The first one was called, as I said, Celebration. The second one was Grooving Hard, and both tunings are from the Buddy Rich Big Band, which was recorded live in 1970. And it's a great album, really great album. If you get the chance, I think you should listen to it, and I'm sure you'd be really impressed with it, just as I was when I first heard it several years ago, and I still am. I still enjoy listening to it. In fact, I got the LP and CD. Yeah, I like it that much. And actually, the CD is like an update, so it's got more than the original album, and so it's great. Yeah. So so one of my other pastime, let's say, is playing my drums, as you just heard. I've been doing it for quite a long time, and I've played with other musicians, but I've never really been in a band as a proper like drummer in terms of making a living. I'd like to one day, but for the moment, I just play for fun basically. Another thing I enjoy is reading. I've always been into for quite a long time, I've been interested in history, and so a lot of my books are either based on history and animals. I really love animals, and I'm fascinated by them and the way that they live. I like trees. I like to read about what's up in the sky in terms of the planets. I I'm interested in cooking. I love my food. I eat a lot of rice, and why I put on a lot of weight. You could probably see. And I like, you probably heard of things like Jamaican patties. I absolutely love them. I love Jamaican patties. Um, you know, and I eat them as often as possible. And again, I think that's what has made me put on quite a bit more weight than I need. But I also like potatoes. I love roast potatoes. You can't beat them. Um, you know, um, putting them in the oven and you know, and then when they come out all nice and crispy and oh man, it's absolutely delicious. I absolutely love them. I'll probably have some with my evening meal tonight with rice. And I've been thinking I'm going to make myself homemade chicken fried rice, which is obviously consists of rice, obviously, and I put some green peas mixed in with it and a couple of eggs, scrambled eggs, and mix it up with cooked chicken, and it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. So that's what I'm going to have for my dinner. If all goes well, because you never know with life. You know, I'm here now, but I could be gone by this evening. Obviously, I hope I'll still be here to read your feedback, if any, once I once I make this go live. What it's been going now for 36 minutes and 56 seconds. I was thinking of actually popping to the shop to see if there's anything worth buying that I could have with my evening meal. But I don't know, I might just leave it actually because I've been spending a lot of money for the past few months, and I've got to change because it's just getting so expensive to survive in this country. I mean, I don't know what it's like in America, guys, but over here in the UK, don't believe the hype. If people ever tell you that life is great in England, it may be for some people, but not for me. And you can take my word on that. And yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. I'm struggling to keep it going because I mean, as I said, this is totally unscripted. I didn't know what I was going to say, and it's all just flowing naturally. So I'm hoping that you haven't lost any interest. Let me bring myself a bit closer because you know, as you can see, my skin is I'm not exactly light skin, let's say. So you're probably struggling to see me properly. So I'll sit forward a bit. And yeah, so you heard my drumming. Let me delete this. I got like a thing subscription to some guy, and he makes videos of trains, which is another thing I'm interested in. And yeah, so yeah, I'd like to, as I said, I'm hoping to get some kind of feedback, and I'd also I wish actually someone would love me, really nice big lady. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're not working. You could be £600, £700. I don't care. I just want someone to love me. Um, I like big women, and I know there's a lot of big women out there, but out there in the real world, it's not easy to. I mean, I see women from time to time, and occasionally I'm attracted to some of them, but as you probably know as a man, it's not. You can't just walk up to a woman and say, "Oh, you know, will you be my girlfriend?" I mean, I wish it was because that easy, because then I'd probably have my girlfriend beside me now. I'd be able to hold her hand and kiss her and be kissed, and just someone to love me as I am, with all my hang-ups and shyness and anxiety and stuff. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna call it a day now because I'm getting a bit bored of just rambling on and not really knowing what to say. I think it's probably best, and also I feel a bit fatigued actually. I mean that's another thing that I suffer from, unfortunately, is fatigue. Actually, let me turn on the light because it might be bright. I think that's slightly better. Um, my skin is still, darkish, but I don't know. You can still see me. This is me. Take me as I am. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna. It's 40 minutes now. Excuse me, and I think I'm gonna call it a day now. And hopefully I'll get some kind of feedback. And judging by the feedback, I'll probably do it again, maybe tomorrow, maybe even later. But I'll definitely see you another time. Thanks for listening, and thank you.